In 2014, Larry David explained that after what fans said about the Seinfeld series finale, he was hesitant about finishing Curb Your Enthusiasm. David said, "The odds would be against it. I got so much grief from the Seinfeld finale, which a lot of people intensely disliked, that I no longer feel a need to wrap things up," according to the Huffington Post. Since then, there have been 3 more seasons of Curb in 2017, 2020 and 2021, but fans still debate the Seinfeld conclusion. Viewers have taken to Reddit to share their thoughts on what a more compelling final episode could have looked like. Redditors feel that there are some finale storylines that would for a better fit for the beloved sitcom's tone. The parking garage storyline. The parking garage from Season 3 is one of the most rewatchable Seinfeld episodes as Elaine Benes, Jerry Seinfeld, George Costanza and Kramer go to the mall and have no clue where they parked. Redditor Spaced Quest thinks that this could have been saved for the last episode. It's enough of a regular episode and the ending could actually make a funny send-off. This is a smart idea as it would definitely allow the sitcom to end on a high note. Viewers love the hilarious chaos that the characters find themselves dealing with, and it's also a perfect plotline as it's an experience that most people have had before. Seinfeld feels like a more intense version of real life. Jerry and Newman are the only characters living in NYC. Sometimes, a TV series will end with characters moving away to start a new life or take on a fresh opportunity. The finale of Seinfeld does see the characters in a different situation, but since they're in legal trouble, many viewers wish that things were different. One Redditor suggests that a better finale would be everyone moves away, except Jerry. At the end, a new neighbor knocks on the door. It's Newman. This would be a wise note to end on, as viewers know that Jerry's life would be a nightmare now, which is hilarious to imagine. A regular Seinfeld episode. While some sitcoms have warm and cozy finales that see the characters doing well, even better than before in some cases, that doesn't feel like the right idea for Seinfeld, which leans into how unlikable Jerry and his friends can be sometimes. One Redditor believes that the series should have just ended on a normal episode. The show was never reflective before, and the finale just felt out of place. Some fans definitely feel confused about why Jerry and his pals would be put in this situation when they could be living their regular lives in New York City, which are entertaining and full of mishaps that make for great comedy. The characters become the Jerry cast. Jerry and George Seinfeld friendship has tough moments, but even when they don't get along, it's humorous to watch. One of the best parts of the show is when they write the sitcom called Jerry based on their everyday lives. One Redditor would love for the characters to be part of this fictional show. The fan wrote, "The last episode should have been George, Kramer and Elaine attending the pilot of the Jerry show. Something happens to the fake cast of the Jerry show, like the producer meets Jerry's friends and decides they are a better cast. The characters leave jail and see each other again." One fan had an idea that the characters could still be convicted of being bad people and not being considerate of others' feelings, but they would reunite after a year of jail. This is a great compromise that keeps the basic premise of the finale, which some viewers like because it's so different. Redditor Planets Are Cool 32 wrote, "Have the year pass and all of them go back to the coffee shop and sit at their booth and Jerry have some witty line like, 'Well, that wasn't so bad.' This sounds funny and exactly like something Jerry would say, since he always has a witty comment ready for whatever's going on in his life." Jerry and his friends are frustrated by big life events. Redditor Redliness wonders if there could have been a traditional sitcom finale full of weddings and births and couples finally getting together. Of course, since that doesn't make sense for the tone of Seinfeld, the show could stand out by having Jerry, Elaine, Kramer and George try to weasel out of attending the events, mock everyone else childishly, and continue on with their normal lives. This storyline makes sense as throughout, the characters do have trouble celebrating when the people in their lives are excited about milestones. They make fun of friends who become parents, and traveling to attend Sue Ellen Mishka's wedding becomes a disaster. A meta-idea. While the last episode of Seinfeld is often considered one of the worst sitcom series finales, Redditor D Mills 77 thinks that there was another direction that the sitcom could have gone in. The fan suggested that Jerry and George go to LA to make the TV show. Flash forward to the first episode about to air, and it's just the first episode of Seinfeld. Infinite loop. This meta-idea is compelling and funny, and it works because there is already the idea of the sitcom within a sitcom. The Jerry Show is popular amongst fans as it's so entertaining watching Jerry and George stumble to write and be creative. Elaine and Jerry date again. If some fans like the situation that the characters find themselves in and others don't like it at all, there's also a spirited debate about Jerry and Elaine's relationship. One Redditor thinks that the characters could be at tough parts in their lives in a new finale where George moves back in with his parents, Kramer moves to LA to pursue his acting career, and, as the fan added, Jerry and Elaine get back together. While not every fan would agree that this is the path that the sitcom should have explored, it would seem logical for Seinfeld to at least hint that these characters are interested in dating again. There are a few points when it seems like they still like each other, and this would be a memorable finale. The characters say goodbye to monks. There are many memorable monk scenes on Seinfeld, and it would be great if this restaurant was part of the series finale, just like Rory and Lorelai Gilmore have one last cup of coffee at Luke's Diner in the Season 7 finale of Gilmore Girls. One Redditor suggested Monk's restaurant is suddenly going to close down for some random reason. The gang arranged to meet there for one last dinner. The fan thinks that it would be funny if things go so wrong and the characters are all late and then they lose the chance to eat there. The Redditor added that they shrug it off and go home. This makes sense given how casually the characters treat each other and how unsentimental they are. Elaine makes new friends in the Season 8 episode The Bizarro Jerry. Elaine and Kevin stay pals after splitting up, and Elaine jokes that Kevin is nothing like Jerry. Elaine makes new pals who are different from Jerry and who she is excited about spending time with. Redditor Creature suggested that in the last episode, Elaine joins the Bizarre crew and leaves Jerry, George, and Kramer. Since this is such a hilarious plotline, this would make for a riveting finale that does something different than most sitcoms. It would be a cool note to end on since Jerry would be so upset and up in arms over this change in his friend group.